This is not just a helicopter. This is the largest helicopter ever built. A machine so powerful, so excessive, that even today, no one has truly matched it. Not the United States, not modern aviation, no one. This is the story of the Mil V12, the Soviet machine that pushed engineering beyond limits. In the middle of the Cold War, when the world was divided between two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, the competition went far beyond nuclear weapons and space exploration. It extended into military logistics, where the ability to move heavy equipment quickly could determine strategic advantage. Within this context, the Soviet Union developed one of the most extreme aviation projects ever built, the Mil V12, also known as the Mi-12. The Mi-12 was not just a helicopter. It represented a distinct Soviet approach to engineering, bold, unconventional, and unconstrained by traditional limits. The project began in the early 1960s, driven by a strategic need to transport heavy military equipment, including ballistic missiles, across remote regions without infrastructure. Unlike the United States, which relied on a global network of military bases, the Soviet Union needed a solution that could operate within its vast and often inaccessible territory. Their answer was not incremental improvement, but a leap in scale and capability. The Mi-12 was developed by the Mil Moscow helicopter plant under the leadership of Mikhail Mil. The designation V-12 referred to the original prototype project, while Mi-12 became the official military designation. Both names refer to the same aircraft, the largest helicopter ever constructed. Technically, the Mi-12 introduced a design that had never been executed at such scale. It used a transverse rotor configuration, with two massive rotors mounted on the left and right wings rather than a single rotor on top. This layout allowed for better weight distribution and provided the stability required to lift extreme payloads. Its large wing structure made it resemble a hybrid between a fixed-wing aircraft and a helicopter, reflecting a highly forward-thinking design philosophy. The aircraft's lifting capability remains one of its most remarkable features. The Mi-12 could carry more than 40 tons, and in one test, it lifted over 44 tons into the air, setting a world record that still stands. For comparison, modern heavy-lift helicopters such as the Mil Mi-26, often considered the most powerful operational helicopter today, still fall short of the Mi-12's maximum capacity. This highlights how far ahead of its time the project truly was. This performance was made possible by four powerful turboshaft engines working in synchronization. Together, they generated the immense lift required for such payloads. However, this level of power introduced significant engineering challenges. One of the most critical issues was vibration caused by the massive rotors. Soviet engineers had to develop specialized damping systems and advanced control mechanisms to ensure stable flight. The control system itself was among the most complex of its era. Unlike conventional helicopters that could be operated by one or two pilots, the Mi-12 required a larger crew. Coordinating the dual rotors, managing engine output, and maintaining teamwork and sophisticated systems. In many ways, the Mi-12 functioned more like a flying test platform than a standard operational aircraft. From a mission standpoint, the Mi-12 was designed as a strategic logistics platform. It could transport a wide range of payloads, including heavy vehicles, artillery systems, and ballistic missiles. Its cargo capacity allowed for large-scale movement of military assets in a single flight, a capability that aligned with Soviet strategic needs in remote areas. However, these strengths also introduced limitations. The sheer size of the Mi-12 required specialized infrastructure for operation and maintenance. Not all airfields could support it, and the logistical demands of keeping it operational were significant. In addition, the complexity of its systems made production and maintenance extremely costly. Meanwhile, the United States pursued a different approach. Rather than developing a direct equivalent to the Mi-12, it focused on more practical and versatile platforms such as the Boeing CH-47 Chinook and the Sikorsky CH-54 Tarhe. These helicopters had lower payload capacities but offered greater flexibility, easier deployment, and proven effectiveness in real-world operations such as the Vietnam War. This contrast reflects a broader difference in engineering philosophy. The United States prioritized efficiency and operational practicality, while the Soviet Union demonstrated a willingness to push technological boundaries even at the cost of complexity. In this sense, the Mi-12 stands as a clear example of Soviet ambition in aviation. Despite its groundbreaking capabilities, the Mi-12 never entered active military service. Only 2 prototypes were built, and the program was eventually canceled. The reasons included high costs, technical complexity, and limited operational scenarios that required such extreme lifting capacity. However, evaluating the Mi-12 solely on operational use would overlook its broader impact. The project contributed valuable insights into rotor design, flight stability, and heavy lift engineering. These lessons influenced subsequent helicopter development and expanded the boundaries of what was considered possible in aviation. More importantly, the Mi-12 demonstrated that the Soviet Union possessed the capability to create technology far ahead of its time. It proved that the limits of aviation were not fixed, but could be extended through innovation and bold design choices. In historical perspective, the Mi-12 represents how strategic necessity and ambition can drive technological breakthroughs. It may not have seen combat, but it played a significant role in the broader technological competition of the Cold War. In conclusion, the Mi-12 was not merely an experimental project. It was a symbol of Soviet engineering philosophy, ambitious, visionary, and unafraid to challenge existing limits. It remains not only the largest helicopter ever built, but also one of the most remarkable achievements in the history of aviation. Even today, the Mi-12 stands as a reminder that technological progress is not only measured by practical use, but also by how far it pushes the boundaries of possibility. In the end, the Mil V12 was never meant to follow the same path as everyone else. It was built to go further. While others chose efficiency and limitation, the Soviet Union chose scale, power, and possibility. And for a moment in history, they reached a level no one else even attempted. The world moved on. The project was set aside. But one fact never changed. No other nation built a helicopter that could match it, and that leaves a quiet but undeniable conclusion. When it came to pushing the absolute limits of heavy lift aviation, the Soviet Union didn't follow the standard, it set it.